Well, first, I just want to say Section 8. Wow. Well, let me say this. The reason why Donald Trump administration has decided to cut Section 8 is because we have less people employed than we have working. Okay? Because you can only tax the working people so much and take so much in property tax. Then you got all these corporate tax benefits and all these different things with all the different corporations and different designs of corporate um, entities like LLCs, S corporations, C corporations, partnerships, sole proprietors that are LLC, churches that are LLC, that was 501c3. There has been a change coming for a while. But to be honest, when I was getting my undergraduate degree, my Bachelor of Arts from Columbia College of Chicago in Arts and Entertainment Management slash Management major, and I was doing a little bit of information systems there. When I went to Columbia, because I went to junior college first at Kennedy King and I played ball, and then I transferred my credits over. What the lady told us at Columbia, there would be less pay, more jobs. By us having so many people not working, because see, the baby boomers have retired, okay? I'm Generation X, okay? So when you have so many people not working, there are three categories in my book that should be on Section 8. One, disabled people that have been disabled with an illness that is medically documented and that they're going for medical help on a regular basis. They have home visits from their nurse and they're going to doctors. They have a slew of doctors. I'm disabled. I have a slew of doctors that I go to. But I'm able to work. At one time, I was getting disability, and the lady here in Kankakee told me to choose. She said, choose. Which one do you want? Do you want your job or do you want your check? I said, I'm going to take my job. Then I ended up losing Amazon. Okay. Then I had to repay the money back. I'm not ashamed. I got to repay it back. Not a problem. They put me on a regional payment arrangement because y'all have to remember I'm a disabled working person. Okay. And I'm 56 years old. All right. So most of us that are disabled can work, but we can't work like we used to because I've had some surgeries and stuff, but we have to stay on medical and we have to be, looked at on a regular basis, but we're able to get out and work, but we're still disabled. Okay. So we have the disabled that can't work, and then the disabled that can. Now we have people with hidden disabilities, you know, and a lot of people think they're normal. And I qualify as hidden disability, okay? But I'm able to go out and work. But it took me a long time to be able to do that. But while I was getting disability from, I think, 2013 into 21 or 22, I worked on getting myself, my doctors worked with me on getting me where I could hold a job. Because knowing the way the systems are set up, they weren't going to allow me to be normal. Because once the government knows you're disabled, you're classified as disabled. They don't care. And Kankakee here, where I live at, this county made a decision for me, pushed me into a decision. I said, okay, cool. Now, I'm a working disabled, and I pay regular market rate rent. I don't have Section 8. I'm responsible for my rent, and this is no lie. I'm responsible to pay the back taxes I owe. I'm responsible to pay the money I owe for being on disability because I chose my job. Because I didn't plan this life to be disabled, but I didn't know that I was going to be in that, okay? Now, that's the truth about Reverend Cynthia Red and God's grace. But it took me a long way to be able to get to here, to be able to work, okay? Now, the second group of people are parents with disabled children in the household, okay? Or the parent is disabled themselves with children, whether they're a single parent or a household married, husband, wife married, and it costs them too much or her too much to maintain the house without governmental help. Also single fathers, because my mom died, my dad raised us, and he didn't have Section 8 because we never lived in the projects. We had to pay market rate rent, okay? Wasn't no project Section 8 for us. We can't tell you that, so that'd be a lie. So we had to deal with the stresses of my dad having to raise kids. And my mom and him together, then they broke up. But then my dad alone, after my mom died, raising children without Section 8, or, so it was hard for him, okay? And he died 2 years ago, come October 23rd. So when he died, he was saying a prayer our mother taught us as kids when he died. Now, and I look at single mothers, and my dad was a disabled man too, I might say. I forgot to add that. He was. But he worked every doggone day of his life until he retired. Okay, retired from a funeral home. And he never claimed disability or Section 8, working disabled. Okay? And his brother started a company, and who died as well before my dad. He was an owner and disabled. Okay? I drove a taxi, disabled. Okay? We used to own a taxi, disabled. I did Uber and Lyft too. So, and then there are women who have too many children. But then the government also helped these women with paying for daycare and things of that nature. I didn't have that when I was getting a divorce from my ex-husband. I didn't have that. I had my aunt, I had me, and I had my dad. Okay? And then I ended up having to give him the kids because of the way he did us, actually. He put us in the street. But my ex-husband, he grew up in Stateway. And I didn't know the projects were Section 8 until someone let me know that it was. I thought people was paying market rate rent over there, but I didn't know all the projects was Section 8. I did not know that. There was a whole lot of people. So I look at the system as this. If it's a single parent and there's some special circumstances, or grandparent that has to take children and there's some special circumstances, that they should have Section 8 for the help. And they should have things like pay for the daycare, like they do for these mothers with all these kids. Pay for the daycare. Okay? My ex-husband had it because he was too busy showing me. and doing bad things to me, filing police reports, doing everything. It wasn't true, and the police was calling me a bad mother. So much has happened, but it wasn't true. But at the end of the day, that's the second group. The third group that I've come up with is the people that are seniors that are struggling. I mean, literally struggling. And they don't own a house, so they can't reverse their mortgage and get paid. And then when they die, the people that loaned them the money gets the house, not the family. They don't have it. This is living in an apartment. The income is tight. And if Section 8 can give them 30% of their rent, that is market rate, that person can make it. Okay? And I look at people that are retired, that are disabled, or in a nursing home, ain't got nobody, ain't got no family, their family threw them away, they should have the governmental help. Not the family going line saying that. I don't know. I don't know you're talking about. No, not that. I'm talking about people that actually don't have nobody. Okay? And all they got is the nursing home. And wherever they stay, single room occupancies, things of that nature, wherever they stay, they can keep it. Now, here's the crowd I don't like. The crowd that smokes this THC with the disability money and buy drugs with it. The ones that don't pay their portion of the Section 8 rent. The ones that raise all kind of sin with people that's got to work every day. The ones that lie on people that's got to work every day. The ones that tear up the property. I don't like that. The ones that talk about how great the projects was. Yeah, because you can do whatever you want to do over there and tear up the property. And then you came out to the neighborhoods to tear up the property. Because I'm a neighborhood kid. I ain't going to no project. I don't like those. But if I notice that you are buying THC and drugs and stuff with your disability check, and your doctor ain't pulling your blood to see that it's in your system, I don't like your doctor. I take my pee. Do you do drugs? No. I be around it, but no, you're doing them. Because if they check for THC, but they do it through your blood, not your hair, not your pee-pee, not the back of your neck hair, not the pee-pee, your blood. They don't know what you do. Okay? And a lot of Section 8 people think they run buildings. I mean, people been living in buildings for 20 years, 30 years. The building falling over. It's all over. Giving people all kinds of trouble. Waste all kinds of sin. Attacking cars. They friend robbing cars for their drugs. They get the check spending up on drugs. But then tell them they ain't got no money. I ain't gonna say. I don't care if you do go to Section 8. I'm gonna grab this fake cane, but everybody been watching you every day walking around here without a cane and running up and down the street, jumping in and out of cars, drugging out. Oh yeah. Drug doesn't mean a whole lot of money right now because people stressed out. But once they get put out their Section 8 apartments, guess what? The drug dealers ain't gonna make no money nowhere. They calling the drug dealers. They making deliveries like they Uber or Eats and DoorDash and Grubhub. This is how they deliver the drugs now. They still got the corner man and the man on the hustle on the stairs, yeah. But now they got these people that are ramped up. So let me tell you. And then you got people on Section 8 selling drugs. They're the ones that don't need it. And then this dude talking about how many women gonna be single. Man, them women been dating for years. Selling cars and them lots and stuff. Okay? And some women do need help. I saw that today in the store. I heard her, but I stayed away. Because I know my spirit wasn't strong enough to take that on. It just wasn't. But it is a societal problem. Our problem. But our president looked at how many people he had working nationally, and he had to make a business decision. I can't support these people. And he said last term, I think Section 8 should pay a little bit more rent. What happened? Everybody came against him, right? So now what he did was restructure. The United States is a business. We are a servicing country. We can't keep servicing like this. Even our disabled working people, the taxation on our checks, we feeling it. I'm at 23%. We feeling it. I want to eat, and I can't buy groceries, but you send over with stamps, and they say I make too much, and I'm disabled, and won't give me no stamps. And I'm disabled. That hurts. I feel a hunger pain, but you don't feel nothing. But I keep going because the American preamble says, what? Promote the general welfare. Take care of each other. Okay, but that don't mean lay up on your butt. You know what the Bible says when a person volunteers to not take care of themselves? You know what it says? Don't help you. If a man don't work, he don't eat. That's what it says. All you Section 8 Bible thumpers. Yeah, go on and read the Bible for real. Read it for real. Look at it real good. It says that. That's why I always have this slogan, let us work. Not just to win souls for Christ, but to take care of ourselves. Because it's gotten to the point to where he looked at how many individuals he had working, which includes his disabled workers. And we got some dynamite disabled workers. We even got some millionaires that are disabled. Seen a dude in a wheelchair, wealthy, running a company. Do you hear me? Then y'all talk crazy. You know how much willpower it takes for me to get up every day? A lot. That's the power of God every day. Oh, you gotta go to work. That's what I hear. Oh, she just got in. Let me slow this. Don't make no sense. And I go on in my house. Can't sit in the front room. I got on 2 fans right now. I got one at the front door, blowing air back toward them, and then I one in the bathroom blowing air. Why? Because the people on Section 8, and they do drugs, and they don't want to work, and the one that sell it is sitting up here causing me not to enjoy my home. And guess what? They all from the projects. I ain't feeling so great right now. And so now everybody worried. And you know what the Bible gonna tell us? John 14, let not your heart be troubled. You believe in the Father, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And what I going to prepare a place for you? But come again and receive you unto myself. That's what it says. But then some of y'all like that 5th verse. But look at John and read it real good. Go back and look up work. Get on your phone. What does the Bible say about work? It'll tell you. But you got to help us support one another. In the 8th grade, we all had to take the Constitution. And the Constitution preamble says, promote the general welfare. That does not mean run me in the ground with affordable housing. Because see, affordable housing has different meanings. And yeah, a lot of real estate developers going to lose a lot of money now because they're going to take money from Section 8. Because it was guaranteed rent. People on disability made it through the pandemic. People on Section 8 made it through the pandemic. And their boyfriend was getting all that money. One of them was getting all that money undercover, doing something different, to get all that money from the government, and was on Section 8 and stayed in their place. You understand what I'm saying? Help us to help you. Jobs are coming. Obama said that. Every president we've had said we have jobs. But you know what? There may be jobs I can't do, but there may be some jobs you can do. You know what I'm saying? Look at Home Depot. They got the apprenticeships for people with muscle. And some of y'all strong as an ox, but won't do nothing. Won't do anything. Y'all have a good night. Y'all stay blessed. Remember that God so loved the world, He gave His only begotten Son. He that believes in Him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. John 3:16 paraphrase. Believe God. Amen.